Let me ask you a question. I've been processing this whole thing with Cardi B, the rapper, and her being accused of drugging men and robbing them, and even drugging men, and they wake up and find out that they were having sex with a transvestite, or they were having sex with somebody that they didn't know they were having sex with, or whatever. I want to ask you this question. Um, can you imagine this? Imagine a black man who's a rapper or whatever saying, back in the day, I used to drug women and rob them. And also, while they were drugged, I would let my friends have sex with them. How long do you think that black man's career would last? Like, what do you think the consequences would be? Do you think they would just let it slide? Do you think it wouldn't be a big deal? Or do you think they'd be making lifetime documentaries about him and calling him a predator? I think the best way to look at the Cardi B situation is to imagine if the genders were switched. That's how you can really analyze and see the double standards that exist in our society. So I didn't even have much else to say about that. I just wanted to give you some food for thought. Feel free to leave your comments on the topic if you're watching on Instagram, which is The Real Boyce Watkins, or on YouTube. I'd love to see your comments on it, your thoughts on it. I think this is worth talking about. I know that people want me to just talk about certain topics, or they think I'm going to just talk about financial stuff, but I can't. I'm a black man. I have a responsibility as a black public figure to address issues in the black community. So I'm addressing this issue because I know a lot of brothers who've gone down without proof, for things that were not nearly as egregious as this. I know people that are doing many years in prison, but just stealing like a can of beans, something like that. So I think that with Cardi, I'm not sitting here trying to say that I can tell you that I think she should necessarily get prison or not prison. It's up to you to decide that, or how much proof is necessary. But I encourage you to just think about the double standard and to really process the fact that people have a lot less sympathy when the victim is a black male. Actually, studies show that it is the victim of the crime, the victim of the crime, the race and gender of the victim of the crime, that affects the magnitude of the punishment. So when you do something bad to a white woman, you're going to get more time than if you do something bad to a black woman or a black man or even a white man, because everyone has maximal sympathy for the white woman and minimal sympathy for the black man. So because many of Cardi B's victims were black men, maybe brown men, maybe some white men, who knows? People are just going to try to write it off, and I don't think you can write it off. And I think it's going to be very telling as you watch the Me Too movement. People in the Me Too movement, they ain't gonna have nothing to say about that because they don't want the Me Too movement to become about fairness and true justice. Their agenda is the destruction of heterosexual males. That's why you don't see hardly any gay people being hit by the Me Too movement. Kevin Spacey is under arrest, but they're not going through a whole movement in Me Too to shut down Kevin Spacey. Like, you haven't really seen that sort of, like, they're not making documentaries. Oprah's not interviewing his victims, something like that, right? Me Too is mostly dealing with heterosexual males, powerful heterosexual males, and to the point where even a man who is offered sex by a woman on his job who agrees to have sex with her is now labeled a predator, which is a very scary place to be. It's kind of Nazi Germany-like. It's kind of a very fascist kind of mindset that says if a man and a woman are having sex on the job, we're going to put all the responsibility on the man, but none of the responsibility on the woman. I think that's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird. It doesn't make any sense. And so I think it links back to this Cardi B stuff. I think Cardi B, that case is very important because it provides a very important counter narrative that people aren't talking about. And the counter narrative is that you've got female predators out here too. You've got liars who, women who will do anything to get your money, who will do anything to victimize you, who will do anything to destroy you. They're not common, but rapists aren't common either, right? But but I don't know which is more common, a woman who will tell a lie or a man who will commit rape. I don't know. But they're both predators and they both exist. And I think that this is an important part of the narrative because everyone wants to act like we shouldn't talk about false accusations, and we should assume that any woman who accuses any man of doing anything at any time that she was telling the truth, when really some of these women are lying. And so it doesn't mean all women are lying. It doesn't mean none of the victims deserve justice. What it means is you got to have some fairness in this shit. And you don't have fairness when when you see that everybody that's being hit by a certain movement happens to be of the same gender or happens to be of a similar race. That tells you that there's something corrupt about the movement. It's the movement that is corrupt. You know, so until Me Too starts taking down women as frequently as they take down men, or at least half as frequently, a third as frequently, then it doesn't have legitimacy. It's just it's propaganda. It's something that's built with a wired-in agenda. And I think that people should speak up on this. And I'm putting myself out there by saying that this is BS. You know, I don't even know if it matters. I don't know if anybody cares. I don't know how many people are listening. But I'm going to, as a man, I'm going to stand up and speak on this because it's wrong. So anyway, that's it. I'm out of here, guys. Take care. drboystv.com. Please feel free to sign up. It's a place for intelligent black people. So if you're not intelligent and you're not black, you might want to get the fuck out. So see you later. Peace.